The big question. How long will the bear market last? We're going to dive into it here, but we don't have a lot to go off of because crypto is so early. So we're going to talk about the stock market a little bit, talk about recessions, how long those usually last, when we can expect a rebound in Bitcoin and the entire crypto market, and what factors to consider when we're talking about the overall markets. We're going to jump into all of that in this video. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Hit that like button too. I'll be right back. All right. So in 2018, the bear market in crypto lasted 361 days. But the bear market back in 2014, before 2018, lasted 633 days. So you're seeing the bear markets last for shorter time periods. Again, 2014 over, almost 2 years, right? Whereas 2018 closer to 1 year. Okay. Now, will this bear market last a full year or so? That's the big question. Are we still in these situations where we have the 4-year cycles, the crypto winters? I think it's changing. It's evolving. There's more. There are more people in crypto now, right? I think it's changing. The Bitcoin halving is still set for 2024, which usually is very good for the Bitcoin price. But I think what I want to see first is sideways action, consolidation. We have not gotten that yet, right? We have not gotten that sideways action just yet. I was looking at Polygon earlier. I'm going to go to the global crypto market cap here. Bitcoin right now trading at 19.4. We did see a pop in the price yesterday all the way to 20,400. And it has come way back down since then. And we're basically capitulating right now in the overall cryptocurrency market. You could see it here on the 1 month for Bitcoin. But Bitcoin consolidated at 30K for a long period of time, now consolidating around 20K. A lot of people expect it to go back down to about 15, 16K and then bounce from there. But everybody's making their predictions. But let's look at bear markets across crypto history. In the US stock market, for example, bear markets usually last about 9 months. Now, of course, the US stock market has matured a lot over the decades, right? That doesn't mean things shift automatically to a bull market, however, because usually we get sideways action. It gets choppy for a little while before we start really moving upwards. So investments in projects that survive this in the cryptocurrency side of things will end up stronger. They end up taking market share when things turn around. So your Bitcoins, your Ethereums, your top altcoins really have a chance to be even stronger when we do come back. It's not just hopium, it's true. Weak players fold, and the strong, the builders, claim those customers for their own. We're already seeing it happen on the centralized exchange side. And, mergers and acquisitions will become a much, much, much bigger part of cryptocurrency. We're not going to have all the micro caps that we have today. Now, one of the things, number one big factor right now, driving prices down across all markets are global macroeconomic forces. And these are forces that I talk about quite often here on the channel. Inflation. They didn't talk about recession, but recession threats. Multi-country recession. There you go, right there. Recessions across the world, right? Looming, or even some places already in them, right? Possible economic depression, which comes after a recession, if it gets that bad. Huge increase in money supply and war happening right now. These are all things we're dealing with right now. So it's not just crypto. It's not just the stock market. Everything gets affected by these global macroeconomic forces. We can't forecast when the war will be over. We hope it's very soon. We can't forecast exactly when inflation will start to come down. A lot of people think it could get back to about 3 to 4% by the end of the year. I think that's what a lot of people's expectations are. That would be good if it does. But that's what we want to see by the end of the year. Now, the Bitcoin macro view. Here's something to consider, and this is a positive. There are more Bitcoin addresses now than ever, okay? And more wallets equals more adoption. Even if these wallets are only holding small amounts of Bitcoin, there are now 1 billion Bitcoin addresses out there, and that number has continued to grow during this bear market, more people see this as an opportunity, which shows us that more and more people are looking at cryptocurrency as a viable investment. MicroStrategy, for example, not a micro player by any stretch of the imagination. They've purchased an additional 480 Bitcoins for 10 million at an average price of 20,817 per Bitcoin. And currently, as of late June here, MicroStrategy holds almost 130,000 Bitcoins acquired for just under $4 billion at an average price of $30,664 per Bitcoin. So even Michael Saylor is down in his investment. So don't feel bad, but he's still buying. So that tells us that even the big players, and don't forget, even the big players are down. Don't forget, there are huge players in Bitcoin, in crypto, right? Mark Cubans of the world, Jack Dorsey's of the world, Elon Musk's of the world. That gives me investor confidence. I don't know what it does to you. I would hope, in looking at these really smart and wealthy individuals, and they see Bitcoin as a viable option. Raoul Paul's another one of my favorites. He too is buying, right? So the other thing that Bitcoin has going for it, it's more decentralized than ever. So no one miner dominates the Bitcoin mining space right now. This is a positive within the bear market. Okay. So if we scroll on down, one more point that I wanted to make here, and it kind of just, puts a bow on this. No one really knows when this thing will bottom out. Okay. But we are going off of historical factors. Personally, I think we're going to have a bear market for the next 2 to 3 months. And then things will get choppy late this year. And I think we break out of this sometime in 2023. That is what I'm looking at. At least that's my philosophy or thesis on it right now. But it's just a prediction. It's just based off things that I've read, people I've talked to. And that's kind of where I'm at with where crypto is. And again, it's not a crypto-specific issue. It's global macroeconomic factors driving prices down in all sectors, stock market, in all markets, stock market included, right? So that's what I'm looking at right now. Overall, in terms of how long this will last, I think we'll get choppy later this year and eventually come out of it in 2023. And I think we're going to have a bullish end to 2023 and a really bullish start to 2024. That's what I'm looking at right now. But things can change. Be locked into the channel if they do. Also, our newsletter just out, hot off the press, released it this morning, the July 4th edition. Come on over and check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. $20 per month gets you in. Cancel at any time. If you've got questions about taxes, wallets, tech support, we've got you covered. And come and join our great private community today for just $20 per month. Thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate it. Hit that like button on your way outside the door. Have a great one, everybody, and I will see you all in the next video.